going on, Carter?
Hey, what's up?
I guess we're live. Uh,
Yeah, we are.
I see General's already running his. Hang on, damn it. I see General's already running his pie hole
Oh, well, what
in
about?
the comments there, talking about generally speaking getting canceled. So I think we should discuss that right off the rip, don't you, Carter? As I display my beautiful orange hair for the folks that were kind enough to come to my live stream during the game Saturday. I promised the orange hair and a victory. So there it is. Yeah, what's up with that, Carter? Why you suppose, generally speaking, the best thing that FanPride.zone had going for it got canceled?
Uh, I mean, I can only specify on what I was told.
Speculate,
I was told,
eradicate.
um, I was told it was going to be put on the shelf until a person was hired that could post the shows, and that's all I know.
Yeah, I know. Don't want to put anybody on the spot here, but basically, uh, we got shelved because we're too stupid to figure out how to put it on the website, and I guess whoever had been doing it for the first 5 weeks was just too busy to take the 5 minutes to do that for us. So,
And we were never. I mean, we weren't really ever shown how to post it on the website. All we were ever shown to do was how to post it to
to Google Drive.
right, and
Yeah,
that's what we
which,
did.
yeah, it's what I did for 4 straight weeks.
Yeah, but let's just be honest. The person that was posting the episodes wasn't even posting them on time.
Yep, that's fact.
What we're talking about, each episode is about the upcoming game and the game that we just had. Well, when that episode gets posted on a Saturday afternoon after we played that game, who's going to want to go and listen to it?
Yeah,
No one.
you know, I think $50 super chats are in order for the orange hair, don't you, Carter?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, General, that's pretty much it. I mean, for 5 damn weeks, we did exactly what we were told. And then all of a sudden, I don't know, the 24 people that were watching it or listening to it will be sorely disappointed, and they can take that to their congressman. Thanks, Uncle Lou. It was a great win for the Vols.
That's we did our part, by the way, General.
Yeah, we did what we were told. Um, I guess.
All I know is I'm getting added to another show. I don't know which one yet, but uh, it might be one of the shows with Rico. I'm hoping. I don't know. We'll see.
Uh,
I'm not deli- I'm not. I can't really talk about it right now.
yeah, and
But it damn sure ain't gonna be on your show, General.
I'm gonna be added to that show, Carter. I guess I can go ahead and put it out there. I'm gonna be added to Sunday on the Hill to spice it up, to give it some life, to give it a purpose, and basically to get people off of the sleeping pill
Yeah.
problem that they've been having for the last. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not coming over to Sunday on the Hill, General. So don't be calling Catfish saying, "What the hell's going on? Why is BBD coming over here to ruin our show?" And, all that good stuff. So I
You should
guess
be making fun of people uh, because we couldn't figure out how to post it. He's laughing about that. Thinks it's funny.
yeah, well,
What is it that y'all? Oh, y'all wouldn't even do a show every week.
there is that. Like I left him a comment the other day. I think I said there is that whole virginity thing that he might experience someday, losing it.
I'm not
Yeah.
seeing any comments right now on this, Keith. I don't know what's going on. It
Let's
may be
see.
on my end.
Yeah,
The
it's got to
last,
be on your end. They're coming up. Squid Tard said, "Y'all think
yeah.
Muschamp gets fired?" Question mark. You see it now?
Hold on, I just refreshed it. Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, Tennessee picks up a huge win Saturday. I mean, huge for Tennessee, not huge in the grand scheme of the SEC or anything like that. 41-21. Tennessee shuts them out. Was it 40? Was it 21 or 24, Carter?
24.
Okay, yeah, 41-24. Damn it, I knew that's what it was, and I believed my cousin. He said 21, so I got to go change that
Tell
right now.
tell Carter I said what. You said what? What did he
I don't
say?
know if somebody's got something to tell Carter. Tell him he's right here. You know,
I can see the comments now, so I don't even see. I tried to scroll back, but I don't guess I must have missed it.
I don't know. Anyway, Tennessee wins 41-24 with an amazing second half.
41-21.
Well, God bless it. See, that's what I get for listening to you, Carter.
No, I thought you said we had 24 unanswered points, and we did.
Oh, okay. So I was right in the
That's what
first place, 41-21.
yeah, I thought you said that. I thought you were talking about we had 24 unanswered, and
Yeah, we
then you
shut
said
them out in the second half, basically.
yeah, but it was 41-21.
Okay. So any damn way, Tennessee gets a huge win Saturday night, Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, 41-21, scoring 24 unanswered points en route to a route, something we haven't experienced at Tennessee in how long in an SEC game, Carter? I don't even remember the last time we blew somebody out in the SEC. I mean, yeah, we smoked Kentucky pretty good last year. I think 24-7. Um, so I guess you could call that a blowout. But this game just felt, there wasn't a whole lot of stressing as the second half wore on. You just kind of knew, that Tennessee was going to walk out of there with this one. And so, what about that performance by our three-headed monster quarterback?
What? Oh, you mean it with Jawan is the third one?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Oh,
it's funny. Everybody's talking about Juwan getting the start as the quarterback. And yeah, technically, he was the one that went out there and took the first snap. I don't think
yeah.
anybody was shocked at what happened once he took that snap. I don't think anyone thought he was going to run or was going to pass the ball. Um, and it's funny, it took for him to throw a pass, it took him getting the ball handed off to him. How odd is that? Are you preoccupied or something, Carter? I mean,
No, I'm having a hard time with this thing right now. It's so choppy. I heard that last part you said, but I'm trying to adjust something. So just bear with me for a second.
oh, okay. Well, yeah, 24 unanswered points in the second half. Good rushing night. A phenomenal passing night. I think 350 yards, something like that, passing by the two-headed monster of JG and JT. I think apologies are in order to Jarrett Garantano from everybody who was on his ass, and we should have been listening to Billy Ratliff to start with. Not that he's all of a sudden morphed into some great all Southeastern Conference quarterback, but I think the dude deserves some props for, you know, uh, for getting the onslaught and the bombardment of hate that he was getting from the Tennessee fan base, and he just came out there and did the damn thing Saturday night, and was pretty humble about it. And how about JT Shrout coming out there and throwing the prettiest pass I've seen in Neyland Stadium in a long time? Well, by one of our quarterbacks. Peyton Manning never even threw a pass that pretty. Right on stride, 50 yards, right in. Oh shit, not not fucking Juwan's hands. Who caught that pass? I know I'm drawing a complete blank. Uh, man, Carter's Trying to fix this problem. Who in the frick caught that damn pass? Callaway, yeah, that's it. Quezzy, whatever you want to call him. Mister finally showed up, Callaway, and yeah, what a great night! Great night. It's going to be an even better night next Saturday night when the fighting Blazers, the Dragons, the fire-breathing Dragons, come in from UAB on homecoming, and Tennessee gets another win. And then we get down to the meat of it, the last three games. And
UAB has the best record out of every team we play left on the schedule.
yeah, did they win this weekend?
I believe so.
Okay. Well, then that means they're a one-loss team.
Right, yeah.
And I don't know who they play. I mean, it's definitely not an SEC schedule, so their 5 or 6 wins or whatever they got don't scare me. Appreciate the Russian guy says we are going to beat
Hold the
Mizzou.
hell on. Let me tell you something, General.
And he's a Missouri fan.
I don't know if you've listened to yourself on your show, but you're not the one to talk about showing emotion or being passionate. I promised you that.
Triggered. Yeah, I agree, Russian guy. Your Missouri Tigers aren't looking too good right now, but they do play better at home. So there's that. And they have owned Tennessee since they came into the league. So I won't feel good about that game till it's over and we're on our way back with a win. And we shall see. We got bigger fish to fry ahead of time.
I just wonder what they think's going to happen. I know it was on his non-throwing hand, but with JG, what I know at the end of the post game, Pruitt, I think he was being sarcastic, but when they said, "Do you think he'll start next weekend?" he said, "Sure."
Well, I don't know. He did say he would have surgery in the morning, meaning this morning. So I'm assuming. I would assume that he had surgery this morning.
Yeah, that's what he said, right?
What's up, Aaron? I guess we'll find out next Saturday when the lights come on at Neyland Stadium. And what kind of crowd will we have? I've heard everybody talk about what an amazing crowd it was Saturday night. There was announced 89,000, I think, something like that, which, that's a lot of empty seats at Neyland, but that's a lot of damn fans. That's a lot of people to watch a football game.
And what do you think about the whole the friends in low places thing they're doing now?
You know what, dude? You mentioned that. You told me about that last night. I had no idea. I don't get if there even is a purpose to that. I guess anybody that's got an Alabama friend or a Georgia friend or a Florida friend can say they got friends in low places. Is the only thing I can think of.
Right.
I mean, maybe somebody in the comments that's more in the know than myself and Carter can tell us what the hell that's all about. Why are they playing? Well, I think Garth is either going to have or has already had a huge concert there at Neyland Stadium coming up. Hey, we know all about
Neyland?
I think so. I think so.
Really?
I'm not positive. You might.
I don't think they. I could be wrong here since I don't really live in the Knoxville area, but wasn't the last concert Kenny Chesney like in 2005 or something like that?
I don't have a clue, man. I have no clue. I've never been to a concert at Neyland Stadium. I've only been to one at Thompson Bowling.
And who was that?
The American Idol Tour, 2000 something. I was still living with Debbie, and she got me and Kayla tickets. So, hey,
that's where you got them damn Coca-Cola glasses.
Yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of that show. It was a good show.
I don't know.
I know you're not an American Idol fan, so you wouldn't have enjoyed it. I don't know.
No, because I don't have a vagina.
Okay, that was a shot. I can take it. That was a shot. I see Carter 1, BBD nothing.
kidding, man. You took your daughter. I'm not going to give you crap about that.
You better not, because I know where you live, mister.
Well, I'm about 6 hours away, so if you want to waste your gas money.
Not to come over there and whoop your ass, no. And congrats, DJ David, on getting a win last night against the fighting weirdo coach, Mike Leach. Looked like it was a pretty good game. I had that on my bet now picks, which by the way I went 4-2 on, so my money just keeps building. I'm not winning that damn thing, Carter. I don't know how Billy's doing, but I'm up over $500 now.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's good.
And since we don't have a podcast anymore, I guess you officially end the winner of our picks contest, 82-29. I went 74-37. I actually beat you this last week for the first time, I think.
That's why you should listen to me more.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see. Damn proud of our team to pull out a win in such fashion, but man, it was sour as hell to see BJ Olajari flip from us to LSU. I don't know what that's about, Chris. I mean, if you're a great defense, he's a defensive guy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, who you going to want to go play for right now? LSU or Tennessee? Maybe Tennessee because the up and coming thing. I don't know.
You got a better chance of starting?
Well, if you're a baller like he supposedly is, I'm starting to. I mean, these last two games, Pruitt has started to kind of pull me back over into his corner. I still think he's weird looking with the whole eyebrow thing, and he wears the ugliest sideline apparel any of our coaches have ever worn in my lifetime. I mean, that hat he wears, man. It looks like he picked that thing up from a damn thrift store on his way to the stadium. I mean, come on, it's freaking Nike, for fuck's sakes. Can we not get Jeremy Pruitt a decent hat? I'll take him one of mine.
It's harder on bald guys, man. Them bald guys, they have to get certain hats, I think that's what it is.
I don't know. A hat's a hat, I don't think a hat changes its shape just because you put it on a bald head. But he's got the defense looking like a Pruitt defense right now.
Yeah, and you know what? He's been showing more emotion the last few weeks than we've seen since he's been here.
Yeah, fact.
Yeah. Which is good to see.
I mean,
the one thing I never have liked about Muschamp, and this is, I'm not even talking about the whole comment he made back in 2014 when they beat us in Florida about the disappointed faces. I mean, that was pretty low, but man, the only thing the thing I don't like about Muschamp the most, he is just like, he's too emotional. Like, he cries, when they get a penalty. I mean, he's just over there throwing a fit like a child. I mean, the way Pruitt's been doing it is not like that, in my opinion.
Well, you didn't see this weekend, apparently.
I mean, he was throwing a fit, yes.
Yeah. And what made it look so bad, in my opinion, was he was wrong. But he had no way of knowing that. I mean, he was pissed at some shitty officiating again this weekend. It's a nonstop cycle of shitty officiating in every freaking level of football at this point. In fact, I'm gonna have to start watching Pee Wee videos on YouTube just to make sure things are getting done right over there at that level.
Friday Night Tykes.
Yeah, where the hell did that show go, man? I missed the hell out of that.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. I mean, Netflix, but
I
don't know if they're making any more seasons.
Hound Dog brings a good point to the table here.
Yeah.
Where'd it go? Oh shit! Where'd it go? I just saw it and then it disappeared. Something about supporting everyone.
What the hell is Rocky Top Rumble?
You know what, DJ Doom? I don't know about socially awkward in a press conference. Just the way he says certain words, like "skoo," going to "skoo," forward. moving
You
forward.
pick on every coach, man.
Am I
Like
wrong?
they're
Am I wrong?
well, okay. You pick on them for the wrong reasons. It's one thing to pick on a coach if we're losing and playing like crap, but we could be
Dude,
winning. You're like, man, I just don't like the way he talks
that's
at press
exactly right.
conferences.
If I was an Alabama fan, I guarantee you I'd have plenty of shit to pick on Nick Saban about.
Mm.
General said everyone on the team has his support right now. Let's win out, and it should be that way. Honestly, it should be. It should be that way for all of us all the time as Tennessee fans. You know, when the shit storm is upon you and everything sucks, it's hard to be positive and it's hard to be supportive of everybody. And that's kind of the way things have been here lately. That's why um, everybody was on JG's ass, and now everybody's kissing his ass. And that's just that's the world we live in.
I mean, I'll
And
apologize for saying the things I said about him, but I mean, he kind of redeemed himself. I'm not going to
for one
apologize
game,
for.
yeah.
I'm not going to apologize for critiquing him before yesterday. I mean,
Well, it wasn't so much the critiquing as it was worst quarterback in Tennessee history.
well, I never did say that, but
Douchebags like me calling him Garen Turdo, which
right.
that is a pretty cool nickname, you got to admit. Um,
It's just like Jonathan Crompton, man. Everyone in the 2009 season was dogging him until the Georgia game, and then after the Georgia game, he won All-American Player of the Week, and everybody was, straight out of Crompton on that bandwagon. And before that, nobody liked him, and he even came out and talked about it a few years ago, saying that his time at UT was kind of hard because of all the negative stuff that happened, of all the, he said his parents could barely go to the games because the fans were so
who are we talking about again?
Jonathan Crompton.
Okay. Yeah, I'll tell you what, we're hard. I
Yeah,
mean, our fan base is a mother.
right. Mr. Orange says, y'all, this was one game versus South Carolina. It's not like we beat Bama. You're right.
Yeah, you are right.
In general, I don't have to apologize to Pruitt because I never did say fire Pruitt.
Yeah, neither one of us were on the prior
Believe it or not,
fire
I remember
Pruitt.
you coming on here one night talking about the buyout and stuff.
Who, General?
Yeah, he did
Yeah.
say that. He came on here and was saying, what do you think if this happens? Don't you think we should just try to go ahead and get the buyout? Because the problem is if we don't, then we're going to lose the fan support. So you were on that train too, by God.
I'm not sure who he's talking about here either. I don't overreact to one game. Nobody in this chat other than you wanted him fired. He's got to be talking about somebody in the chat.
Right.
And Aaron Ross.
I never did say he wanted. I never did say to fire him, Aaron Ross.
I'm about to start firing some mods up in here.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just thought it'd be cool to say I'm gonna fire somebody. Can the VOLS get to 6 wins? Sure, they can get to 6 wins. I think 6 wins will be easy. It's getting to 7 that's going to be hard. Not easy.
I think a lot of people thought, and maybe it still is, thought that Missouri was going to be our toughest game. Hell, Kentucky might be our toughest game, really.
Our UAB, Vanderbilt. I mean, if Tennessee keeps on the trajectory they're on right now, I think we'll be fine. But if at any time they regress back to any of these first 4 games, any of the teams left on our schedule could beat us. The question now is, can they consistently continue to improve each week? And I don't know what you're talking about, Radiant Noah, about Vandy being garbage. Did you not see Derek Mason's post game last week? I mean, they're Vanderbilt men, for Christ's sake. He's built for that.
Yeah.
I'd hate to say that I was built for a shitty job like that.
General says he's going to fire somebody. Who are you going to fire? And what are you going to fire him? How are you? Are you a boss?
He's the head intern at fanpride.zone.
Oh.
BBQ Gravy says 7-5 book it. 2020 class will be huge, Hound Dog. Who we get in that class will determine, obviously, as to whether or not it's huge. Uh, and I think what you mean is it's imperative that we have a huge class in 2020, and I would agree if that's what you meant by that. I think Pruitt is winning people over. I think there'll be more than 6 people at Hound Dogs on the River this week for his weekly ball call show.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't watch it, Tyler Leopard, but I think Mac Jones must have played pretty damn well. There's like 18 for 22, I think, something like that. Um, and the only reason I know that is because I think that's what Lawtide said in his post game. What do you think about last night's atrocious refs calling and non calls and non calls? Do you think the players' frustrations with that set the tone for the boys to play their hearts out? No, VFL, I do not think that set the tone. I think what set their tone was halftime. You definitely noticed a different team coming out of the locker room at halftime. And yes, I think we all noticed the shitty officiating. I'll say it like it was. Um, and I mean, it's been bad everywhere this year, not just my teams, everywhere. That one fan in here of a team not named Tennessee, let me know. Has it not been terrible for your team? I mean, I'm sure even Alabama's got some bad calls somewhere along the way this year, just not in the Tennessee game.
Yeah, well, South Carolina had, they had some bad calls
Yeah,
when they played Alabama
Florida.
and Florida too.
Yeah, they got freaking hosed. I mean, I don't know that it would have made a difference in the outcome. Uh, Here we go again with the targeting shit. Let's talk about the targeting that Pruitt was pissed off about. Okay, by the letter of the law, that was definitely targeting. But what is the crux of the whole targeting thing? Is it whether or not there's malicious intent? Is it the head to head? Or is it a combination of the two? What is it that makes that penalty targeting? And I agree, Aaron. I don't think there should be an ejection unless there's some way to determine that the player intended to do bodily injury. And how are you ever going to be able to determine that? You're not. Um, at least not ejection for the first half of the next game. Thoughts, Carter?
As far as the ejections,
All of it.
man, I get that they're trying to protect the players. I don't know. I keep wanting to go back and think about what me and you and Billy talked about at the tap house. He doesn't think they should have it, period. Which, coming from him, I don't know, man. I think the whole ejection for the next half of a game is ridiculous. I think if they should just be ejected for, like if you do it in the first quarter, yeah, you're ejected for the rest of the game, but not 2 quarters of the next game. That's a little much. And to me, that is.
Yeah,
Uh, and they try to say, well, that's why it's reviewable. That way, if if we call it and it isn't, we can reverse it. But I don't know. I think they're not going to do away with it, so it doesn't matter. You know
best name in the chat, Navin Johnson. Do you recognize that name, Carter?
who?
Navin Johnson.
Um,
One of only 2 people will recognize that name. Movie buffs or old people that are also movie buffs. It's Navin Johnson. That was Steve. Uh, Damn it, what's his name? The actor Steve Martin. Steve Martin's name in the movie The Jerk.
so what is that relevant?
There's
How?
a someone in the chat's name is Navin Johnson.
Ah, okay.
He's the one that said he hates these cans. Everybody
Yeah.
needs to see that movie, The Jerk.
And Chris
But it,
Wallace, Georgia State is an FCS. They haven't been FCS for like 10 years. So just so you know.
Georgia State is not FCS. Not saying that makes it okay to lose to them, but get your facts right.
Yeah, that's
says
true.
Aaron Ross. Aaron also said that in talking to Billy Ratliff yesterday, he said that Billy don't think that it's possible, and I may be saying this backwards, but the point is he doesn't think you can play tackle football without having helmet to helmet contact, and I agree.
Mm.
I mean that's
That's what I was saying. He told us that at the
yeah.
staff house once. Yeah,
Um,
he said that if they had that rule back in '98, the whole half that team would be suspended.
yeah. Well, you know, we don't have the benefit of having a former player from any era on here, but it was different back then, and I don't think there's any secret to that. It was different the way the game was played. It was different the way the game was officiated. Everything was just different 20 years ago. Hell, everything was different in the world 20 years ago, not just football.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yes, Melissa, we play UAB this weekend. And
Yep.
where's my boy Flint? Uh, Gate
I
City
thought
Blue Devil.
he was at a concert late last night selling merch.
Wonder if he was at one of his boys' shows. Um, Navajo Witch. Oh, there you are. Okay. Are we still on for this weekend, Flint? I figured you had to be here. You're always here. Did you know Alabama was called the Cadets in 1929 before the Crimson Tide was born? There is a, if I'm not mistaken, what's up, Alan? Uh, isn't there a school called the Keydets? Carter,
What?
Mr. Nickname? The
The
Keydets.
Keydets?
Yeah, Key.
I If they are, they're probably up in East Tennessee or Middle Tennessee somewhere. I don't know.
No, I actually don't think they're in the state.
Well, then
We'll
I
I
don't
have to
know.
look that one up. D4 Dobbins Bennett versus Alcoa. Love to go to that game this weekend, but I have changed my thinking on that. Um, I'm obligated to be at every Greenville game, and even though this game this weekend is going to be a joke, a waste of a bus trip, a waste of money spent on fuel for a bus, um, just a complete and total garbage game. I still got to be there.
Hmm.
Um, got to get some footage. Got to make a Greenville video. I haven't done that in like 4 weeks.
Speaking of nicknames, like what do you think's a pretty unique nickname as far as like a team in the state
The
goes? High
Banana
school.
Slugs. That's one of my favorites.
Where are they out of?
UCSB, University of California, Santa Barbara.
I was talking high school. Why is in this state
Oh,
though?
oh, 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 okay, my bad. Oh man, I'd have to think about that for a while, but there's a bunch of them.
The only one that's coming to mind right now is the Dyer County Choctaws.
The Choctaws. There you go.
Yeah,
Um,
which is a real Indian, a Choctaw Indian.
right, of course. There's a guy Florida chilling that's in here in our chats all the time that lives down in South Florida. I can't remember the school, but their nickname is the Dreadnoughts.
Well, when I used to live in Key West, Florida, there was a Key West High School conchs.
Conks.
Yeah, like a conch shell.
Cairo, Georgia syrup makers. You got to be kidding.
The Chattanooga Central Purple Pounders.
Yeah, that's a good one. D4. Um, the Atom Smashers. That's a good one. The Lincoln Memorial Rail Splitters. I mean, it's college, but still, the Rail Splitters. That's pretty good.
God, there's a school in Louisiana, the Crawdads, which
Oh
shouldn't be a
God,
surprise.
there's probably multiple schools down there. The Crawfish, the Crawdads, the Bayou Bungles.
I've heard one called the Mud Muckers, and I think that's like a double A baseball team though. So
The Mud
those are
Muckers.
where the cool nicknames are. Is like those, you know, those baseball teams, double A, single A teams,
Mhm.
the Biloxi Shuckers.
The coolest nickname in sports, though, hands down, is the Volunteers.
I mean, that is cool for
It is
sure,
cool, yeah.
especially when you learn the meaning of it. You know,
The Rocket City Trash Pandas.
that's
Wow.
got to be like some minor league something.
The Mud Hens. Yeah, Toledo Mud Hens. That's a farm team baseball name. At least one of them.
Melissa May said LSU fans eat corn dogs with their butthole.
Damn.
Oh, that's funny.
Uh, Notre Dame Irish Wolfhounds, Duluth, Georgia.
The Pensacola Ice Pilots.
Knoxville Ice Bears.
Yep.
What in the world? Where did that go?
The West Tennessee Diamond Jacks.
Yep. Long
Now they're
Beach
the
State's
Jackson
baseball team
Generals.
is no way. Long Beach State's baseball team is informally called the Dirtbags.
Yeah.
We could probably spend the rest of tonight talking about that because there are some really unique nicknames.
Butternut Midgets.
No
Butternut,
way.
Wisconsin. That's what Aaron Ross says.
Wow. Let's see. Let's just Google that and see what we come up with. Unique sports mascots. Mascot.
Yeah. Some of them, man, it's like so unbelievable. It's like I can't believe they would have that nickname. You know?
Yeah. Like
Yeah. Notre Dame did look awful.
the University of Alabama Jizz Drinkers.
Yeah, that's.
Here's one: the Jordan, Utah Beat Diggers. The Conway, Arkansas Wampus Cats.
The Chickasaw Chicken Chokers.
That would be cool. Jordan Beat Diggers. The Bob Whites. The Kilties, the Mount Pleasant, Rhode Island Kilties, and someone mentioned Cairo, Georgia syrup makers. They are correct. It's number 11 on this list.
Nice.
The Red Bank Catholic New Jersey Casey's.
Yep, the Montgomery Biscuits Tomahawk.
God, how about this one?
I've seen them play before.
The Glenville, Ohio Tar Blooders.
Well, that's an interesting one. I'd like to know what the meaning of that one's from.
Yeah, Tar Blooders, like blooders.
The Tennessee Trannies.
Here's one in Delaware. I can't pronounce the school. Celsianum School, Sally's. See, now what state would you think this nickname would be in? The Russets.
Idaho.
Yes, and this is it right here. I have found the winner. The
Okay.
Waters Meet Michigan Nimrods. That's the freaking winner right there. I'm going with that one. I challenge anybody to come away with a better nickname than Nimrods.
Yeah, Matt. The Biscuits are in Montgomery. They play in the Southern League AA. I've actually seen the Biscuits play a few times. I used to go watch them play the Diamond Jacks, or now they're the Jackson Generals, but that's a close AA team near where I live. But yeah, the Biscuits, Chattanooga Lookouts, Mobile Bay Bears, Pensacola Blue Wahoos, Mississippi Braves. I'm trying to think all the teams.
Mech says it's pronounced, and I may be pronouncing Mech wrong too. It's pronounced Cairo, like the syrup. I pronounced it Cairo, I think. My apologies to the great folks of Cairo. Ida Pimp. Maybe should go over the Whiskey Trouncers. The Whiskey Chuggers. Oh, here it comes, the Butt Chuggers.
JT Thompson, Georgia national champions.
In other words, for short, the Georgia LOLs. The Tennessee Tug Jobs.
You know, the Titans were almost named the Tuxedos.
Yeah, and the Twisters.
Yep.
That's what they should have been named. That was the coolest name, I thought, out of all
the
of
Twisters.
them. Yep. Because they could give everybody titty twisters. Let's see. Yeah, Titans got embarrassed by the Bucks today. Cardinals got smacked around by the Saints in the second half.
Well, the Titans did win, but
now I know a lot of you guys don't follow the NFL trash talking circle, and a lot of you do know who Eight Camel Toes is,
Yeah.
and A Bomb, who is a semi regular in here. Niners and Panthers fans. They had a bet. I have this same bet, by the way, coming up. Um, the winner, or excuse me, the loser had to smash as many eggs over their head as the score differential. And I don't know how many of you guys saw the score, but San Francisco won 51-13.
Hmm.
So quick math, that's 38 eggs he's got to bust on his face.
Hey, real quick, I got to say something to my boy DJ David in here. Hey, David, just let you know, ever since they took out Marcus Mariota and put in Ryan Tannehill, the Titans have won 2 games now. Just so you know.
Is it Mariota or Mariota?
Who cares? It's backup. It's
Marcus
Marcus
backup?
the backup. Yeah.
Um, Crompton turned out to be all right.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Yeah, 14-0 over the Chiefs in the second quarter. The Packers are. Uh,
Dun, dun,
JG
dun, dun,
hasn't
dun.
made that turn yet. I don't know. I would have to say he made it Saturday night if he can continue.
I
The
think
Massengill douches.
the biggest thing to Tennessee's success right now is our defense,
Hmm.
for sure. But
Yeah,
I think
41 points don't hurt either, even though 14 of those were special teams.
David says Mariota, Marryota.
So it is Mary, not Mari.
Yeah.
Okay. Score prediction for UAB Tennessee game.
Hmm.
I think 41-21 sounds pretty good.
I'll take it. I don't know. I'm thinking like 37-10 or something like that.
How about a little credit to Jim Chaney too for turning the offense loose in the second half?
Oh man, I hope they took him to the all you can eat buffet after that game.
Yeah. Who you got? Which buffet do you have it in for, Carter?
Uh, Shoney's.
Yeah, they're garbage.
What Shoney's?
Yeah.
Man,
Used to be
crazy.
good back in the day, but they just straight up
Yeah,
suck
I
now.
mean, it's hard to find one.
By the way, that shit Kayla brought me last night to drink. What was that
Hmm.
stuff called? Anyway,
You
I
made
made
a
a
video. I saw it.
yes. Don't buy this shit. Episode
Kombucha.
2. You guys ever tried that shit, kombucha? I don't know if it was just the flavor she brought me or if it's just kombucha, period, but that stuff was literally straight out of an alligator's ass. Yeah, me too, Ocalibala. We used to go to Shoney's all the time. My mom's second husband, uh, that sounded bad, didn't it? Well, it was my mom's second husband. He was a manager at Shoney's, so I got all the free strawberry pie I could eat.
I'll tell you what, the one in Murfreesboro on Church Street is a god awful Shoney's. General, you've been to that one? It's terrible.
I don't think there is a good Shoney's left. I mean, their All
The one
American
in
burger sucks.
the one in Bellevue, Tennessee is pretty good still.
Oh, Aaron, I didn't say. I see what you're saying here. He watched the video today too. Um, I forget how I worded it. I just said that I don't see how anyone could enjoy the taste of beer. You know, that's not to that's not to say that it's not enjoyable. You know, there's someone out there that's going to like the taste of that Java shit or whatever it was that I just nearly puked over last night. Um, and by the way, John hated it too.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a shocker right there.
Yeah, because John is the Mikey of food and
Yeah.
beverage.
Some of the younger people probably won't know what we're talking about when you say
Mm-mm.
Mikey. And the Chiefs just scored.
Worked at Shoney's. It's very nasty. They don't clean it ever. They leave it that way. That's probably most restaurants, truth be known.
Yeah, a lot of them buffet places too, man. Whatever's left over, they'll just put it in the fridge and heat it back up tomorrow.
Yeah, and if you guys, if any of us were ever in a Chinese restaurant, like after hours, we'd probably never eat there again.
Mm. Oh yeah, I was fixing to say Chinese.
Well, there's a Chinese in it. For any of you guys that live in, near, or remotely close to Jonesboro, Tennessee, there's a Papa John's right there on the highway. And next to it is one of those little A1 Chinese buffet places. Well, I worked at this Papa John's and we went out back and they had a table out there and they had raw fish laying on that table out in the back, open air. Don't know what the purpose of it was, what they were doing to it, if they were preparing it or whatever. But just the thought of laying raw fish out on a table out behind the restaurant was very displeasing to me for some reason.
I can understand. That was one thing I liked about Shoney's was their seafood night.
Sorry about your luck there, John Brooks. The Falcons are having a rough season. I was really pulling for them today because the Seahawks is a division rival of mine. Not that the Cardinals are going to challenge for a playoff spot this year, but after winning 3 games in a row, I thought we might have had an outside shot at a wild card. But the way the Saints beat the Cardinals down today, that was a fleeting thought.
Yeah.
Um,
Somebody asked what bowl we getting. Well, if we do it, we're supposed to do what we should. If we went out, I'm
as long
thinking
as it's
Music
not the
City
damn
Bowl.
Music City Bowl.
Well, that's probably what it
I
is.
mean, that's a punishment almost.
Dude, I went there a few years ago and it wasn't that bad.
If you're a football player at the University of
I
Tennessee,
get
though,
it.
I
I
mean, I
get
don't
it.
give a
I
shit. It's
get it.
been 10 years, 5,000 years. Nobody farted, by the way, Matt. I didn't fart.
You want to go
Um,
down south? You want to go to Florida?
or anywhere besides, they don't even leave the state.
Yeah.
And plus,
They
don't we?
may
Where do we play Vandy this year?
in Knoxville.
Oh, okay. Well, my bad.
Well, I mean, here's the thing: as long as they get a bowl, I don't mind it. The worst bowl you can probably go to in the SEC is the Birmingham Bowl for sure because of the stadium,
Yeah.
the location. I mean that's just awful.
Yeah, your prize for a supposed good year is Birmingham, the hood in Birmingham. Let's see. Fun times, Garrett. I like Murray. I wasn't sure about that pick. You know, um, I wasn't sure about that offense. It's that that kind of offense doesn't have a very good track record for success in the NFL. But I mean, the game of football is ever evolving. The National Football League is always evolving, and who's to say that that offense can't flourish for a while? And if anybody can do it, Kingsbury, I think, is the man to get it done. We'll see. Um, yeah, shit, anybody's going to have a hard time beating the Saints this year.
Yeah, yeah. Well, now
And
that what? Oh, JT Thompson says Georgia 45, Florida 20. I don't think so, man. I think Florida's going
nah,
to beat Georgia. I really do.
I do too, actually, and I don't think Georgia's scoring 45 points on that defense.
No.
Not without half a dozen turnovers. Do you
I
think
think
Big
Florida.
Ben retires after this year and his injury? I think Big Ben should have retired already, so who knows?
Yeah.
I think he should have retired before the 2008 Super Bowl, honestly.
Yeah, well, Kamara's hurt still, I think, because I don't think he played
Yeah,
today.
he didn't. He was out. Melissa
Yeah,
May says
Legion
Florida
Field.
by 13.
Yeah, Legion Field has went downhill for sure. Yes, it has. I mean, it's awful. I mean, the area it's in is terrible. You get robbed, or
Well, people that live in that area might disagree with you, Carter.
I doubt the people that live in that area have internet.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't disagree either. They probably even think it sucks. But I tell you, I went to Birmingham twice and we didn't have a bit of trouble. I've had this discussion many times.
That was
on here.
24
Still,
years ago.
I mean, it doesn't matter. The
I remember my dad.
neighborhoods like that generally don't change.
I know that my dad we paid a guy to park in his yard or
Yeah,
paid them in liquor, I think.
that's what we did. We paid them in liquor and
Yeah.
a joint.
Well, I don't know if there was a joint. If there was, my dad didn't tell me.
Yeah, that was. Well, now the last time I went there, me and my cousin Justin went. I don't remember where we parked actually then.
I think we.
Um, that was the infamous Popeye's chicken. We got biscuit, but we ain't got no chicken biscuit episode.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Legion
Yeah.
Field is the hood. Stay away. Yeah, what's what we were discussing, Dwight?
Last time I was in Birmingham, I remember we rode over there because I wanted to see it. Because I mean, hell, I ain't seen the place in 20 something years. Um, and I was a young kid then anyway. But yeah, it's pretty rough. They still got that little bar there, the Elephant Tiger Bar, kind of right over there beside it, which I thought was pretty neat.
Dude, can you believe these people are wanting to talk about Florida and Georgia, the Florida Georgia game, when you got a huge matchup like Tennessee UAB pending? I mean, what the hell's
I
wrong with these
know.
people?
It is a big game,
I'll,
and
I'll I'll pose this question. It's a question that Uncle Lou asked me the other night in one of my streams. As a Florida or Georgia fan, do you like that the game is in Jacksonville, or would you like to see it go back to home and home? And I say go back to home and home. It may have never been home and home except for the couple years when they were renovating the Jacksonville Stadium. Uh, I imagine way back in the day when the schools first started playing, it was probably home and home. Back when Georgia was the goats and Florida was the whatever they used to be. Um, got a young man here that wants to step in and talk about his Texas Longhorns defeat this weekend.
okay.
Oh man, I'm about done with football. I'm gonna turn into a band fan.
To a what fan? Oh, a band fan.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous.
It couldn't have been any more ridiculous than those hideous ass uniforms TCU was wearing.
I understand our defense is freaking decimated, but I mean, we have no starters in our secondary.
Here we go. That's the limit right now in here. What's going on, David? Okay, David. Going once.
Goodbye, David.
Going
Just like an Oregon
twice.
fan.
You're out of here. I didn't see the game last night, but that was a pretty good game between Oregon and Wazoo. I think Oregon won by 2 points. Or as our buddy Casual Gamer Reed would say, 2 points.
It's an average Pac-12 game.
Kentucky putting the beat down on Mizzou last night. That surprised me. It really did. Mizzou was a 10-point favorite.
I think people have figured Mizzou's offense out. I think they got exposed, and people know how to stop them, and I think that's the biggest thing.
Could be.
Remember what we talked about the night before with their bowl ban? They ain't got nothing to play for.
They got Derek Dooley to play for.
Right.
Play it. Win it for Dooley. # win it for Dooley. Who's Texas got next?
We got an off week, and then I think it's Kansas State that just beat Oklahoma.
Yeah, that was a shit. Oh man, what a game that was.
No kidding.
I didn't see what the score was when Oklahoma started on their comeback, but I think it was like 48-20 something.
23.
Okay, 23. Yeah, when I got there, they were already in the 30s, and I mean, they were literally going down the field against air. It looked like. I mean,
they took their foot off the pedal, probably midway through the third quarter, and we're just trying to preserve it. Their foot off the pedal.
Let's get this Ocala. mute your volume.
And we're just trying to preserve it.
There you go. What's going on?
What's up? What's up?
Y'all gonna beat Georgia?
Somebody's got to mute their volume.
Okay. Wait.
There we go.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's got to be like
Yeah.
completely muted, not just turned down. But that's much better. What's on your mind?
Oh,
Y'all gonna beat Georgia, right?
yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. No question.
Okay, tell us why you're going to beat Georgia.
Because
Okay.
if you saw the last two Georgia games, it's pretty obvious if they play anything like that, they don't got a chance on Saturday.
Well, I would agree if they play like that, but I don't think they're going to play like that.
But
not-
Dwayne
I mean,
Todd
I
with
don't think the play calling is magically gonna get better. I think it's gonna be the same stupid run it up the middle, and we can load the box and stop them, force Fromm to throw, and he's not gonna complete any passes.
Who is Georgia's OC right now?
Coley,
Who?
like James Coley or something like that?
Actually, surprised Uncle Lou's not wanting to talk about this, but he may not be in here.
How about Dwayne Todd with the $20 super chat? Said smash that like button, people. Great show tonight.
Appreciate it, Dwayne. That one got by me. I was over on StreamYard not paying attention. Appreciate it. As always.
So
I like
let me
those
ask you
$20 I like the $20 super chats because the color's orange.
Yeah. So Ocalibala, let me ask you this. When y'all beat Georgia, how bad are you gonna troll Uncle Lou?
Oh man, I haven't even thought of what I'm gonna do yet, but probably pretty bad. I can't wait for the rage video after that loss. That's like, man.
Well,
like Uncle Lou getting furious after losing to your team, I feel like that's got to be the best feeling in the world.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's probably some feelings that a human could experience a lot better than that, but I know what you're saying. As it pertains to college football, it's been a while since we've experienced that, Ocala, so you got to keep that in mind.
Question
I
for
personally
you.
think it's going to be a low-scoring game.
Yeah,
It might
probably.
be.
Yeah, like
Let me
a
ask-
17-14 game.
I don't think either team will score over 30.
No. I'll ask you this, Alcala. Florida has always been known to have a lot of rivalries. You got Florida State, you got Georgia, Miami, even of course Tennessee, and maybe some people even say South Carolina. Where do you rank them from like big?
All
best?
right. The four big ones are the ones that we play every year. So we got Florida State, Georgia, Tennessee, and LSU.
Mm-hmm. Who's
For
number
me,
one?
most people around me would say Florida State.
Yeah.
And we're talking about yours.
Mine? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. It's really tough. I've always hated Tennessee a bunch, but right now it's not so bad.
For obvious reasons.
Yeah. For me, maybe I probably put LSU at the top for me.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I hate LSU, man. I hate LSU. I'll probably say LSU at the top. Tennessee or Florida State is number 2.
Wow.
I think I'm gonna go with Florida State right now. No, sorry. You know what? I'm LSU, Tennessee, Florida State, Georgia at the bottom.
Where does
Personally,
Miami?
I don't know why, but I never had much hate for Georgia.
Where does Miami come into that picture, if at all? I know you don't play them every single year, but
Miami below Georgia.
Yeah.
Oh,
crazy.
they quit that rivalry after the 2001 season when Miami kicked Florida's ass on the field and in the bar down on Bourbon Street.
Well, was the game this year the restarting of it?
No, I mean, no, they've had a few since then. They played them in like 2008 and 9.
Yeah, but they don't have
just-
a regular like it
right,
used to
yeah. Yeah, they don't play consecutively every year. Kind of almost like Tennessee and Memphis in a way, but really, I guess not as much.
Let's ask the chat this. Who do you guys in the chat room consider to be the biggest Southeastern Conference rivalry? And I'm sure we'll get some Alabama Auburns.
Yeah,
Right now, it's Alabama LSU.
yeah. I don't think Auburn's going to lose all those. You know, I mean, they've already lost the LSU game. They've already lost. They lost to Florida. I think they're going to win one of the next two. I mean, either Bama or Georgia. I may be leaning more towards Georgia right now.
Bama's susceptible to get beat by a number of teams.
Yeah, yeah. The LSU AP just put LSU at number 1.
Personally, I think right now everybody's competing for second because I think Ohio State is clearly
Yep,
head and shoulders over everybody else.
yep.
and until they lose a single game, and then it'll be back to the same old shit for them. But I don't know that they will this year.
Because right now you got Ohio State undefeated, Clemson undefeated, Bama undefeated, LSU undefeated.
Don't you forget SMU,
Oh yeah, the
Appalachian
Express.
State,
Appalachian
Yeah.
State. Yep.
Minnesota.
Yeah, you know SMU and App State. Even if them guys went undefeated, they probably still wouldn't get in.
They need to put
No.
those two in a bowl against each other if they both go undefeated.
Oh,
No,
for sure.
they'll put one of them. I think it's the highest ranked at the end of the year. They put one of them in New Year's Six Bowl.
If they put those two in a matchup at the end of the year against each other, does that mean we have two national champions again? Are they going to do that like UCF did? Are they going to claim a title? Do you think?
Well, the difference is they claiming one. I mean, it's not like 2003 where LSU won the BCS, but USC was awarded the AP. You know, because
Well, I know anybody can claim a national title, right, Alabama? But would they, in your eyes, just for their sake, do you think they would have? Do you think they would be justified in it? Because, like you guys both said, they're not getting in if they go undefeated. So, if they played each other and finished, say the second undefeated team left standing at the end of the year, would you be okay with them claiming their own national title?
No, because they played in a shit conference.
I guess I would be okay with it because, what harm does it cause? I'm trying to
see you
think of
later,
it.
Catfish.
Trying to think of it as if I was a fan of either one of those teams. I don't know.
I'm
I don't
telling you,
think it's going to matter.
that Chase Young kid from Ohio State,
He's
that
not
kid
winning
is
the Heisman.
dude, that kid is unreal.
He's not winning the Heisman, though, I don't think.
Well, what if he averages like
course.
4 sacks a game?
Yeah, if the ESPN hype machine gets behind him, we know he'll win it.
I think the only team that should ever have a claim on a national championship is the 2004 Auburn team that
What's up, Katusa?
got put to the side so Oklahoma and USC could play.
For some reason, I'm not remembering that, but I was in a drug-induced haze back then.
They had Jason Campbell, Cadillac Williams, Ronnie Brown.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that year. They beat us in the SEC championship game.
Yeah, and y'all gave them hell in the SEC championship game, but
yeah,
then Oklahoma had one loss and went on to get their asses stomped by USC.
Yeah, I think Auburn would have gave USC a better game. I really do.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, the only game Auburn even struggled with was the bowl game against Virginia Tech. They won 24-21 in the Sugar Bowl, I think. But, you know, they were – I mean, I know people hate hearing, well, they didn't really care. But Auburn was pretty pissed that they didn't get to play for the championship. But they still, you
It,
know, won their bowl game. So,
it'd have been a lot closer than 55-19.
yeah, no doubt. Who's some – I just saw a comment. Captain Tripp says Bama will beat LSU. Not without Tua, I don't think. If Tua can't come back for that game, y'all ain't beating LSU. You may not even be beating them with him. I'm not. I don't know. I'm not totally bought into the LSU hype train yet. I'm just not.
Yeah, yesterday kind of put a little bit of that flattened the tire a little bit in my eyes. I don't know
Auburn's
why.
defense is good.
I mean, I understand. I think I was kind of sucked in by the high scoring offensive machine, and then all of a sudden they looked to struggle quite a bit yesterday. And I know that shit happens. See Clemson. It's coming for Alabama at some point. It may or may not be coming for Ohio State. I think the Michigan game is looking bigger and bigger, and then they've still got Penn State on their schedule.
I guess my thing is just Coach Orgeron. I mean, I've never totally just bought into him, and I don't know. Maybe I should. Maybe he is.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever had the assistants around him that he does now.
Yeah.
Well, and even Nick Saban back in the day was an average coach. You know, what makes him so good now, or what has made him so good now, in your opinions?
Recruiting.
Yeah.
And you look at all the assistants under him that's going on to do great at other places.
Who's going to be the first one to beat him? That's the big question.
Kirby.
Well, there's only two. What is there only two in the conference right now, or am I missing somebody? Kirby and Jeremy. Who else?
What about Damn it! No, that was Urban
Jimbo.
Meyer.
Jimbo. Yeah, Jimbo.
Yeah, Jimbo. But I was about to say
Mark D'Antonio at Michigan State.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about the Michigan State days.
Yeah, that's where he got started, really. I mean, at least that's where I remember him from. Wish the fuck he just stayed up there.
Johnny Red Dot says Georgia had the #1 recruiting class last year. They lost. I mean, Georgia's always had top recruiting classes, even when Mark Richt was there. I mean, they've always had, top 5 classes. That's never mattered.
Dustin Herm, did South Carolina beat UGA? ? I'll hang up and listen. No.
As a matter of fact, they did.
But they didn't beat Tennessee.
Yeah, how would you like to be a South Carolina fan to beat Georgia the way they did and then turn around and just get bitch slapped by Florida and Tennessee? But
Georgia got beat by their third string quarterback, and we had their 2.
Yes, Tomahawk, I did. I mean, look, I know Kirby's recruiting classes have been probably better, but I mean, dude, Georgia has always had top talent, even when Mark Richt was there. He just never could develop it. Okay, that's why you think about it. In Kirby's second year, y'all went to the national title. It wasn't because he had 2 recruiting classes that totally changed all that. That's not it, really. Y'all already had talent there. Y'all always have. I think I will say that Kirby Smart has done a much better job of developing that talent than Mark Richt has. I
personally think when Saban started his run of national championships, the SEC was also in a weaker stage.
Yeah. I mean, LSU, well, kind of, but Auburn was good there for a little bit, and then LSU was good there for a little bit too. But you're right. From like
Yeah,
2012, from like 2012 to, I guess, 2016, there was really nobody to challenge them.
yeah, exactly. And who doesn't want to play for a national championship team?
Oh, yeah. And I'll tell you, their biggest recruiting tool is that Built by Bama shit. I mean, I've seen pictures of, like, that's one of the first letters the kids get, the recruits get, is a letter, and it shows all the players that have played under Saban in the last 10 years, how much money they're making in the NFL. You know, because that's what they all care about is where can I go that's going to get me the most recognition to get in the league.
Yeah, Dwayne, I'm okay. I was just listening. Sometimes it's good to get on here and not be the one having to talk all the time. And Carter and D4 are doing a good job right now.
Oh, LSU has one of a guy from your neck of the woods right now, Jacoby Stevens. Carter
Yeah.
came from Oakland.
Did you
Well, actually,
see? Go ahead, Carter.
Well, I was just saying, I don't even live in Murfreesboro anymore. I actually live in West Tennessee now, but I've only been back in West Tennessee for about a year or so. But yeah, I know all about that. My dad was a high school coach at Riverdale High School in Murfreesboro, so Oakland was a big rivalry for them.
Jawan Jennings come from Blackman.
Blackman, sure did.
Yeah,
Did
my
you see who was
brother-in-law.
on the sideline Friday night, D4?
Goddard.
Probably not. I was going to say probably not if you were over there where you usually were. But yeah, Dorian.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Oh, did I? Okay.
Yeah. No, I try to stay away from everybody. Like, just leave.
Yeah, I hear you. Let's see. Blake West says BBD people act like Alabama is trash. If you could, would you swap stats with Bama with championships and awards? Well, yeah. I mean, of course. I think anybody would. Most anybody. I can't think of anybody that even comes close.
I don't think anybody's really saying Bama is trash. I'm just saying that Bama's always won championship off their defense, and their defense looks the most suspect it has in probably 12 years.
Yeah.
Ocala Balla, I would take any amount of money you want to put on that one, buddy.
Yeah, I'd love that.
That'd be our luck as Tennessee fans, though. Butch Jones would be the next coach at Alabama, and they'd continue to beat us.
Surely to God. I mean, Bama's got more sense than that. I think all the donors have a lot more sense than that.
Yeah. I mean, he's not even. I'm assuming he's still an intern.
The next head coach will be somebody that came from that went to Bama and has got that Bama blue blood in them.
Like maybe a Dabo Sweeney or,
Dabo would never leave Clemson.
Probably.
I don't know about that one.
They gave him a shot when nobody thought he was going to get the job. And even himself, he said, they told me I got the job, and I thought somebody had called and pranked me.
I don't know. I mean, it just depends. Money, I think Alabama's got a lot more money than Clemson does. I don't know.
I think it's going to end up being Freddie Kitchens.
Wow. Now that would anger a lot of Alabama fans, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
But I for one never saw Freddie Kitchens being an NFL coach. I don't know. I haven't followed the Freddie Kitchens coaching ascent to the top either. Dabo knows how to beat a drug test.
This one guy says Sweeney is trying to be the first great at Clemson. He can't be that at Bama. I don't know, but whoever it is, man, they're gonna have big shoes to fill. That's gonna be a tough job. And Bam fans are.
I'm going right now 6-6, Eric.
You think we're gonna lose one more?
Yeah, I mean, until I see whether or not this team can, like I said earlier in the stream, can consistently keep doing what they've been doing. My confidence level is not super duper high for winning out. Understandably so.
Well, I mean, which one do you? I mean, where do you think we lose at
Shit,
Mizzou or
I don't know.
Kentucky?
Missouri possibly, Kentucky possibly. Yeah.
I
Hell,
actually
who
think
knows? This
Kentucky may
weekend.
be tougher.
I think UAB is going to be the tougher one
Could be.
because they've been recruiting a lot of those junior college kids, and I think Mizzou's pretty much packed it in. I think if you stack the box against Kentucky with them running a receiver at quarterback, and then Vanderbilt, Vanderbilt's Vanderbilt.
Sam Bell wants to know, hey, BBD, what do you think about the Green Devils' loss to Elizabethton week before last?
I think it was a fluke, and I think in week 3 of the playoffs, atonement is coming to Betsyville. What's going on, Matt? Matthew Moore.
And Betsy's.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Can I add that?
Hey, man, congrats on the win.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. I thought MSK was going to carve y'all up.
He did for the first half.
I mean, it's a tale of, what, 2 Tennessee teams for the first half of the season? Playing better defensively, offensively.
Absolutely.
I mean, the past 3 games, I believe, they've played just outstanding defensively. I mean, up front, they've been dominating. They dominated Mississippi State, dominated South Carolina. That was a different case, but that's Bama. They still played pretty well. So take it what you want.
Go ahead, D4, and finish up your thought.
Oh, I was just going to say that I was going to add that Betsy smells like shit.
Oh. Well, chances are Sam Bell is a kid, and I'm not going to talk shit to a kid.
I'm not talking shit to him. I'm just talking shit to the whole county.
Fair enough. Hey, look,
Dwayne,
they're happy up there right now, so let them enjoy it.
Dwayne Todd says Dabo has a Bama clause in his contract that means no buyout if Bama wants him.
I don't know.
Wait, what?
He's saying that Dabo has a clause in his contract that if Bama wants him, there's no buyout.
Well, there's a buyout. It's just like it'll be a lot cheaper than what it is now. Because if they were to get him now, they're like $4 or $5 million right now. Over the course of the next 10 years, it'd go down to $3 million, $2 million, $1 million. By the time Saban may leave 24, 25, it'd be about $1 million. So it'd be cheaper.
Yeah, he just signed that 10-year contract.
Yeah. But the buyout clause gets cheaper over time. So by 2025, the buyout's not that much for Bama.
How many years do you guys think Saban's got left?
Probably 2023 or 2024, depending.
Hey, Matthew Moore, do you
2023.
know who that Sam Bell is? Because he says you need to shut up and mind your own business.
I don't know who Sam Bell is, but he sounds like a sexy kid.
I think he might be an Elizabethton student, which would put him in the teenage bracket. And which I would ask Sam Bell if you would care to answer in the comments, young man, what happened this past Friday night? I know they won, but why did Betsy struggle with Sullivan South so badly?
Oh,
I don't
BBD.
understand that one.
Davy Crockett was complaining about the refs and all the blown calls they had against Daniel Boone.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched that game today. They had the same officiating crew we did.
Really?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming they lost.
Yeah, Crockett lost.
Which is a shocker. Wow.
Yeah, it was terrible. The quarterback's arm was coming forward, and the ball just kind of slipped out of his hands because the ball was wet, and they called it a fumble. You can clearly tell it was a forward pass. And then Daniel Boone player was standing straight up, got stripped, and they called him down.
TSSAA needs to do
Exact
something
same guy.
about that. I hope we're done with them for the year. That would suck to go up there in week 3 and see them up there again.
Well, in the playoffs, they'll have to go to another region and ref, and then another region will come down here.
Gotcha. So somebody out in region 3 or 4 is going to get hosed.
Yeah, it'll be
at some point.
It'll be like a Knoxville region crew that comes down here.
Matthew, who you got this weekend, Florida, Georgia?
I'll take Georgia, but it wouldn't be shocking to me if they come out like they've been playing the past 2 weeks and blow it because Trash has been balling out. So,
what about 2 weeks from now, Bama, LSU?
well, shit, Bama.
Yeah, I think that one all rides on Tua.
Well, even if he's not in the game, they're probably going to revert back to doing what Bama does for the past 10, 12 years. That'd be just pretty much front of the ball, getting the receivers open space, because pretty much any quarterback you put back there right now, the quarterback's not going to struggle. I mean, this is one of the best receiving corps in America besides Clemson. This is a pretty stacked group, and you got 2 powerful running backs in the backfield. So regardless of the quarterback is, you got a lot to work with.
I'll take Florida 21-17.
You picked Florida 21-17?
Yeah.
I can see that. I think a little bit more high scoring, but it's Georgia, and they've been suspect most of the year.
Hey, Sam Bell is a Green Devils fan, by the way. It's
What?
yeah.
He was just wondering what your thoughts were on that.
I know who he is. I know who his father is. Sam's actually a huge Green Devils fan. I was just hoping that some other Elizabethan kids would chime in and get something started in the comments.
Oh, they were baiting the entire week leading up.
Yeah, if you think about it, D4, if you think about that last name.
Oh,
Bell.
okay. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. BBD pulling the dad card out. I'm not going to say his name. I'll leave that up to Sam.
Sounds like his name is Sam Bell. That's what I thought.
No, his dad. His dad's name. Yeah, I don't understand why the Tungabaloa parents didn't name their other son Thria. It would be so much easier to pronounce than whatever it is. Well, anybody have a mind-bending thought they would like to place upon the table here before we bid a farewell to this evening?
We beat the Cox.
Actually won.
And remember that there used to be a day when we beat the Cox all the time.
Yeah.
There's one mind-boggling fact I can give you that nobody's really talking about right now.
What's that?
You know, with LSU and Bama, the talk right now is, defensively they haven't been what they've been. And if you've been watching the games the past couple of weeks, they've been getting slowly better and better defensively. So it could turn out to be a pretty good defensive game.
Yeah, Sam, I know your dad. That's kind of my point, Sam. I know your dad's name, but I don't want to say his name without your permission.
Well,
also, BB. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was gonna say, well, the only people that'll probably know it is you and and Devils times 4 in here anyway.
Yeah, but there's a reason.
Okay.
I'll just say this way: his dad is a very prominent figure in this town.
Oh, okay.
See, and he said his permission is no. So there you go.
What are we talking about right now?
Nah, nothing. It don't matter. Talking about football.
Also, if we make it back to Cookville, we'll get to see 3 of your Tennessee recruits play on that Whitehaven defense.
They'll probably lose them all. They've already lost like 2 or 3.
No, they're a package deal. All 3 of those players, 2 linebackers and a safety.
Wasn't Harrison Bailey, Olajari, and Gilbert supposed to be a package deal?
I'm not
I
sure
mean,
about that.
they've already lost 2. I mean, they got 1, but Bailey's probably going to leave too. So I wouldn't guarantee that or say it's a package deal.
But these 3 kids, they decommitted from Arkansas. 2 of them decommitted and flipped to Tennessee, and they said that they're hardcore. So
Well, these are kids, so we can't know for certain if they're for real or not.
Well, if Harrison Bailey decommits, then that's really going to throw a wrench in things.
I'm going to be honest with you. He's probably going to decommit.
And where's he going to go? Auburn?
Probably, yeah. I think that's a better situation for him to go into Tennessee.
And why
or he
is
may
that?
decommit and go to Georgia if Rom comes out early.
Probably not. I think either Beck or Mathis is going to get that job.
So he would leave when they got a freshman quarterback in Bo Nix. And
He could possibly beat him out because Nix is terrible. He's one of the most inaccurate quarterbacks I've seen. I know he's a freshman, but no improvement whatsoever.
He is terrible.
I mean, it's just like with Fields. You don't even give the other guy a chance with Gatewood, and it boggles me.
Yeah, wasn't Auburn hopping up, Gatewood coming in, and then all of a sudden Bo Nix comes in and they just hand it to him?
Well, they're probably hopping up because of his ranking or recruiting ranking, but you could tell in high school he's pretty much run out the pocket and throwing it up, and just it's high school, so it's going to work. But
oh yeah, he was a running back that could throw a little bit.
yeah, I mean, you go up against teams like LSU, Alabama, even against even against Oregon, it didn't work out so well for him. I mean, he does that constantly. He misses throws and third downs. He can't. It's aggravating to watch from him. There's no improvement from him whatsoever.
Well, the person that we know that's close to that says that Bailey is 100% locked in.
Yeah, the guy that works for Volunteer Roadshows, Vol Recruiting, he's saying that he's 100% too, but you never know.
That's a fact.
Wouldn't surprise me.
That's the only fact when it comes to recruiting is until they sign that LOI, you just never know.
When is the early signing day?
December. Yeah.
December
15th, maybe, something like that.
Well, y'all ain't got long to keep your fingers crossed.
What's up, Tiger Cat?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Well, it's 9 o'clock. I don't know if you want to keep going, Keith. That's fine, but I'm going to pack it up.
All right, Mr. Carter.
All right, I'll see y'all later.
Don't leave. We love you.
Hey, Carter.
Yeah.
I love your Vern Lundquist face. I want to suck on those chins.
I want him to grow some facial hair.
Are you behind the cornfield? What is that?
Yep. Sure was. And I was actually.
Were you in Nebraska or Iowa? Where the hell are you?
Yeah, West Tennessee, actually.
There's corn in West Tennessee?
Yeah, yep. It's flat over here, man. We ain't got no hills in West Tennessee.
Where are you from, Matthew?
What was that?
Where are you from?
I'm from Waco, Texas.
Okay.
Baylor country.
I've been there.
Yeah. Were you part of the
weird ass looking stadium as you drive by? It almost looks like you're going to drive literally through it, don't it?
Were you there for the the Colt fire? Were you in there?
For the what?
Were you in there with the Colt fire? The massive Colt fire?
No.
Are you sure?
I was there in the the catfish truck driving through.
So the catfish truck was there when the fertile plant exploded? Was it catfish's fault?
I don't have a clue what you're talking about.
I know.
At this
I
point.
remember what he's talking about there. Yeah, that was crazy.
The catfish set that up, and do we need to talk to the police a little bit here, or what's going on?
I would have to highly decline, or not decline. I would have to highly
Use your Fifth Amendment right.
say that 99.9% is not a fact.
But there's that 1% that is 100% probably true. Maybe it's true.
What
DVD
really
Tiger.
started that fire? Do you really know, or do they still not know?
It was catfish.
Oh, it's catfish.
Yeah,
That's
he just drove his truck right on up, and
I wish
it was either him or Daniel Moore. I mean, he doesn't. I don't know.
I wish he'd have told me about it.
And when he took some lives, he probably didn't want to tell you. He probably live streamed it.
That's a possibility because I slept half of that trip away. There you go, Tiger Cat. I'm gonna give you a couple of minutes just because I like you.
All right, guys. I'll holler at y'all next time.
All right, Carter. Take care.
See you, Carter.
Yeah, see you later.
No, that stadium's weird, man. It's just like weird looking.
Shit, they're undefeated. That's some weird shit.
That is weird.
Constant weird shit happening in Waco. That place is fucking weird.
That's why they call it Wacko, right?
I'm telling you, I'm either I'm gonna end up converting to LSU fan or a Tennessee fan.
Is that because of our girl Tiger Cat?
Oh yeah, definitely for sure.
Hey, everybody.
What's going on, Miss Cat?
Da, 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 da.
Having a little fun with that tiger fight.
Well, okay. I'm happy we beat Auburn, okay? Even though it looked like a damn slugfest out there, okay?
I
But
thought you guys were going to choke.
I was afraid too, okay? Well, I knew they were going to come out for blood. I mean, I was nervous about that game. I don't know if I said that on the last show. Because their defense is scary.
Apparently.
But here's the thing. And I never thought I'd see this with my own eyes, but I'm not sure I like it that they put us number one, even though I think we deserved it.
Wait,
And
LSU is number one now?
They're in the AP poll.
Oh,
Yep.
Okay.
Well, and people say, and it's true, you can't go by the AP poll, right? Because you know what they just did? They just set us up. That's what they did.
They also say you can't count your chickens before they hatch, but how else would you count them?
Well, I mean, technically, we have played a tougher schedule than Alabama, so I don't necessarily disagree. I mean, we're both 8-0, right? And it's just supposed to be 2019.
And it doesn't matter, ultimately.
And it doesn't matter, but BVD, they have beat us for the last 8 years.
I know.
And now they're going to want to beat us even more. It's like, they're going to say we stole their number one spot. Nick Saban cannot stand to not be number one.
Well, I can't argue that.
And then if they do beat us, it's just going to make us. It's just, I'm not sure how I feel about it.
It's going to ruin your freaking year.
Yes, they're playing with our heads. They're playing with our minds now. I should be happy.
That game is in Tuscaloosa, right?
Yes. I mean,
We're not
Are they? Is it going to be a night game? Or are they going to have their little rave party?
No, it's at 2:30.
Okay, good. So no light show you guys have to worry about.
Exactly.
No freaking wave. I thought Tennessee was the only lame ass stadium that still did the wave, but
We're not even ranked now in the AP.
You shouldn't be.
Is this my D4 friend?
It sure is.
Hi.
How are
you? She said hi.
We never spoken on the phone, just like in the chat. But my emotions, huh?
You missed my name. My name a few nights ago when I came on. You remember that BVD?
What happened?
What I put my name as last stream I was on?
Yeah, Cat's next future ex or something like that.
Future ex-husband.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
I don't think you were in that night.
Well, obviously, because I would have noticed that.
Well, that's not necessarily true. You might have been preoccupied and missed it. You would have had to have been dead, but
I worked today and I just got home and I was kind of like, I was waiting on the polls. Now we can't really use our phone at work, okay, obviously. But when you get a chance to, like at lunch, around my lunch break is about the time the polls come out. And I'm like, please just leave us at number 2. Just, just please leave us at number 2. I thought maybe they might even put Ohio number 1.
They should be, I think, but
they are really good. They are really good. I mean, I think they like totally look better than for a team that have they played? Okay, no, they played Wisconsin, but that's the only ranked team they played, right? Have they played any other?
I mean, yeah, that's the only really supposedly really good team they played, but they've still got Penn State and Michigan left. And then whoever they play in the championship game, should they win those 2.
Right. But they look so good.
Penn State's a pretender. They'll roll right over them.
I don't know, man. They got an awfully good defense, but I thought Wisconsin had a halfway decent defense, but Illinois took care of that.
Well, even after the Illinois deal, Wisconsin came in with the number 1 defense in the country.
Wow. It was, at halftime, it was a ball game. Was it 10-0, I think, at half?
I mean, after the first drive, Fields got absolutely destroyed on a blitz. And after that first drive, I was like, oh, we might have a game here.
I've been waiting for that damn game, and I slept through 90% of it. I was just getting rested up for the big 4:00 game.
Oh, congrats. No, I meant to say congrats. I've just been,
It's funny. I think it's funny on YouTube with fans. We congratulate each other for wins like we had something to do with it, Like, yeah, I worked my ass off on that one, man. I worked hard to get that win.
Well, no, but I was happy for you.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I wasn't really aiming that comment at you specifically. It's just in this little trash talking circle crap that I used to be a part of, that's the first thing after, and people still do it in the comments, congrats BBD, congrats Cat, congrats, General. Well, nobody congratulates General because he's a corporal. What's going on, General?
Not much. How you doing, BVD?
Waiting for the enlightening verbiage to come out of General's mouth.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Okay. All right. I was having trouble hearing her earlier, so I didn't know. But anyway, BVD, be honest. When were you fully convinced Tennessee was going to win that game on Saturday?
South Carolina game, I was fully convinced about 5 minutes into the fourth quarter.
5 minutes into the fourth quarter?
Yeah, like 5 actual minutes, not 5 game minutes.
I found myself in the fourth quarter. After that block punt by Batuli, I was still counting down the minutes. Okay, if they get the ball back here and they score a touchdown here, it's just I just had a feeling they were going to blow that game until Batuli slammed the door.
That's just, I
But
mean, that's understandable, man, given the hell that we've gone through as Tennessee fans for the last 10 years. We looked
sucks.
all game long like we had BYU beat, and then all they needed was, 16 seconds to just completely
Yeah.
fucking ruin that night. What's
Well,
going
I called
on?
BYU for a while. So that
Yeah,
didn't
you
surprise
you
me.
didn't mean that, though. You can't convince me that you meant that. What's going on, Vols for Life 16?
Now, does Alabama and LSU have a bye week before they play?
Yes, thank God. But they
Um,
usually, it seems like they usually do that. Or that they did it last year.
Like how he just slipped that in there, General. Just kind of slid right in there and threw that Alabama LSU thing in there. Totally wrecking our moment talking about
Oh,
our
I'm
big
sorry.
Tennessee
I didn't
win.
even know. I thought it was General who asked me.
No, it was
Hey,
D4.
okay,
BVD,
you want to talk Tennessee, South Carolina? Okay, I knew it was over.
Hey, look, Kat, it's understandable that you thought that might have been General because they both sound like grown men. Only one of them is, however.
Wait, which one is?
General sounds like he's about 50.
I bet I'm
I
taller.
I guarantee it. In fact, I bet you're taller than anybody in the chat.
how tall are you, D4?
6'4".
Dang.
Oh,
He is
I'm
a
only 6'1".
large male.
And General's 6'4" too, right?
No, 6'1".
Oh, well, still, I mean, that's still tall.
In his head, he's 6'4". But General is 6 foot. General is 6'1". About what do you weigh, General? About a $110, $120.
180.
There ain't no way in hell. My left leg weighs 180.
Your left leg weighs 400.
Oh, that's funny. There's no way in hell you weigh 180 unless you got lead in your shoes. You might
Hey, BVD.
weigh 180, like if you're carrying 50 pounds of pennies in each pocket.
Okay.
What's up, man? What's your question?
Do you know what VR2 is?
Yes, I know what VR2 is. It's what comes after VR1.
Okay.
And right
You
before
know
the
it. Seriously.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm getting my press credentials to get me into any high school game in the state for free for them because they joined us at Roadshow, and
Right.
I'm about to start going to some games over there. I might be coming to Greenville soon to see Albright.
Cool. Well, you won't need press credentials to get in at Greenville, I promise you.
All right.
you
Awesome.
can wait till the second round and meet us up at Anderson County.
Yeah, it'd be a lot shorter drive for you.
Yeah. I'm trying to hit Ravenwood.
I didn't know
At
there
least
was
once
such
to
a
see
thing as
Bubs.
press credentials for high school football games, except for the Blue Cross Bowl. Now those guys, man, the TSSAA doesn't screw around, General. All joking aside, man, you got to be, and they're getting tougher and tougher every year. I still can't believe I got press credentials for that last year.
Yeah.
But anyway, congratulations,
You
I
know,
guess, are in order.
I got offered a security job over there at the Blue Cross Bowl. They said we're short on security, and this next game it was after our game, and it was right before Oakland and Whitehaven. They said this might get chippy. We'll pay you X amount if you'll work security for us.
and speaking of Whitehaven, how about Tennessee getting 3 commits this week out of there?
Well, like
see
I
that
said,
DVD?
yeah, when they sign that LOI, that's when I'll get excited about it. I don't get excited about recruiting anymore. Cade Mays you can thank Cade Mays for that.
You must live one miserable life.
No, I live about 5 or 6 miserable lives.
Listen, would you after what you seen Cade in person, after what he did on our field, would you really have wanted him?
Well, I did because of the whole legacy thing. Um, his size, I knew how bad we needed offensive linemen, and just his sheer size alone. And the best thing about Cade Mays is his attitude. You know, and I think who was it? Uh, Rico was talking about that, the nasty factor. He's got that nasty factor that I think you got to have as an offensive lineman in the SEC, everywhere really, but especially when it gets down and dirty in the SEC. You got to have that nasty factor, and he's definitely got it. Um, he's got the douchebag factor too. I don't know if that's a plus
That's
or a minus,
that's his biggest
but I
factor.
mean, yeah, I mean, and it's natural that you and I felt that way after the way he acted up here that night. Looking back on that night now, I wonder how much of that was butt hurt on our part. But that's just being honest. I don't like that kind of shit. You know.
Personally, when I played, Cade's probably 2, 3 inches taller than I am. But if he'd have acted that way and I'd have been on the field with him, I'd have ripped his helmet off and beat him with it.
Well, we didn't have anybody. We didn't have anybody on the field big enough to attempt that. I mean, I think we had some guys that year. Our Cade could probably whoop his ass. Truth be known,
Probably.
but
I actually got suspended for 2 games against Alcoa because Brandon Warren played defensive end for them. He played tight end at UT.
Yeah, I remember Brandon.
But he was going to Florida State. At that time, he was committed to Florida State. But he was a big talker. So he caught the ball across the middle, and I flattened him. He got up, shoved me, and there's this big old tussle goes on. And the ref said, I'm throwing you both out. I was like, if I'm getting thrown out, I'm getting my money's worth. And I picked him up over my head and slammed him on the ground and held him there with my knee in his chest until they dragged me off of him. So I was like, I'm going to get my money's worth.
I would like to have seen that. Well, Kat,
Yes.
anything else you want to share with us?
Just go Tigers. That's it.
Yeah. Go Tigers. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. No, but seriously, pray for us. If you and I'm sure if you're a Bama fan, you're gonna be praying for yourselves. But if you're not a Bama fan, chances are you would like to see them lose. So anybody who would like to see Bama lose to anybody, even if you don't like LSU, please send us all your love, light, prayers, and good feelings, good vibes. We need good vibes. Okay.
You're wanting that good juju to hover above the heads of the Tigers that night, aren't you?
I feel like they're setting us up, BVD. I know we are more of a level playing field with them this year. I believe that. And any Bama fan that wants to laugh at me right now can go laugh. I don't care. We can beat them. We can. But, it's been 8 years.
Yeah.
And any team can beat anybody. And they just have a habit of beating us. So please.
They got a habit of beating a lot of people here lately, Kat.
Well, I know, but Okay, and I know people say, "Oh, who have they played? Who have they played?" Okay, I agree that, like for instance, Ohio can play a nobody team, or Alabama can play a nobody team, or LSU could play a nobody team, and you can see if the other team is playing well. I mean, you expect them to be up 40 points or whatever, right? If they're a good team. So I agree that that shouldn't matter to a degree, but strength of schedule should. It should. That should be a factor in deciding who who is a better team, And for a lot of our teams, let's face it, for a lot of our teams, I don't know about the other conferences as much. Maybe it's the same thing, but I know for the SEC, you notice that a lot of our beginning games they're played against the lower tier teams, um, the cupcake teams. Let's face it. Okay, let's just say what it is, and then usually it's toward the end of the year. Like they don't spread them out much. Like this happened to us last year. Like we played a lot of easier teams, and then but this year we had Texas, the second, which now they're not even ranked, but they're still a good team. They're still a good team. You know what I mean? They're
You're
not a
talking
bad team.
A&M, right?
No.
Or
Texas Longhorns.
oh, damn it! See, I had Alabama on the brain for some reason. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
We haven't played Texas A&M yet, but they usually put the harder games toward the end.
Well, see, reason we're so bad right now is because, like I said, we have 6 people in our secondary. We had to burn 3 red shirts just to be able to compete in our secondary. And like you guys probably played us full strength, as much full strength as we've been all year.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, we're just decimated with injuries right now.
Yeah, I mean, y'all are.
Hey, BVD, I'm going to jump out of here for a second because I can't hear anything she's saying. I'm going to jump out of here and see if that fixes it, all right?
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just glad we have a bye week, so I don't have to think about it. I don't have to think about it for a week. I can just watch other teams and chill.
What's your score prediction right now?
My score prediction is I have no idea because, like I said, I was worried about Auburn, but I really did believe more that we were going to win than not. But I didn't think it was going to be that close. And did you see by the end of the game, everybody looked like they had been in, a big fight. I know it was wet and everything, and everybody was all dirty and stuff. But did y'all see that clip of that Auburn player that faked the injury that he just like? Did y'all see that?
No,
It was
I
trending
didn't.
on Twitter.
Now listen, Kat. You want to talk about faking injuries and cramps and stuff? You know what happened during the Texas LSU game?
No, those were real cramps.
Now, come on. When
Those were
when 2 of them fall on the ground at the same time, and then one jumps up and says, "Oh yeah, you take it."
okay. Well, let's not talk about any injuries because I don't. But the thing is, this was an obvious one. Like the camera guy caught it, right? And they were just it was some Auburn player walking with, I don't know if it was Joe Burrow, and they were like kind of walking and they were just sort of talking. That was after play, and the Auburn guy looked toward the bench where like their side, and all of a sudden he just kind of fell to the floor and grabbed his leg. Y'all didn't see that? They're making memes about it.
It was all over ESPN.
It's hilarious. It was hilarious because it was like terrible. I see something on the screen. Bama is the most penalized team in the SEC. Fact. Bama pays the refs. Opinion. Losers use this excuse.
Yeah, but Bama's usually penalized late in the game when they're playing second teamers.
I don't know if he's talking to me or I don't
No,
know. Stop.
these are comments that I'm just kind of going through in the chat, and
But Bama,
I forgot that you can put them up on the screen.
but Bama will
see,
never be flagged in a crucial situation.
yeah. I mean, and really, there was. I mean, there was probably some things, a couple of things we got away with, in the Auburn game. So it happens. It happens. It just happens. I mean,
Blake, you guys played Arkansas, the worst team in the SEC. That's expected.
Keep on
what?
keeping on.
I don't know. I don't know who.
Tiger
Well, no, I
Tiger
mean,
Cat, are you
yeah,
an
they like
LSU fan?
totally blew away out Arkansas, but I mean, that's to be expected. I don't know who you were talking to though, because I don't see all. I'm not in the chat room. I'm not in the regular chat room, or at least I
Oh,
didn't hear if somebody else is talking.
Blake said, BBD, what do you think about Alabama's defense getting 4 turnovers in the first half?
Oh,
Impressive.
It's Arkansas.
Yeah, still impressive.
That's like saying we're going to get 4 turnovers versus Sullivanese.
We didn't though.
We ain't played East yet, but
See, I'm really not
Tiger
even paying
Cat, you're an
attention.
LSU fan.
it's so weird how you can do that, BBD. Like I've never seen that before. Like
oh,
I'm not in the chat room, but I can see just a few little things you're sticking up there on the screen. So I have no idea what's going on in the chat room except for these few little things you're putting up.
I'm backed as far up as I could go, and I'm going back, and I'm just reading the comments and putting up the ones that I like, basically, or the ones that draw my attention.
General Cat is an LSU fan. She's a secret Texas fan, but LSU's her number one.
BBD's her number one.
Uh,
I lived in Austin for 4 years, so I was surrounded by Texas fans for a while.
That's what I'm talking about.
I have a lot of friends who are Texas A&M fans, and because I still live in Texas, but I don't live in Austin. But and UT fans. So I miss Louisiana and all my purple and gold people.
Yeah, y'all flipped BJ Ojulari from us this morning.
This season has really, it's almost it almost feels like I'd rather be. I shouldn't say this. I want us to be the best. Everybody wants their team to be the best, right? But I have this problem with being so almost not obsessed, but kind of obsessed with LSU football and doing good, and how it felt when we won the last championship, right? And when we beat Ohio State. It's possible now. It's an actual possibility that we'll be in that situation again, and I don't see us beating Ohio, at least from what I've seen.
Kat, read the comment that's up there now.
LSU is doo doo. Your face is doo doo. LSU is doo doo. I'm so sick. You see, that's the thing. They've been good.
And Coulter is right. And Coulter is right. This was quite a while ago. Asked, who let the woman in here?
Oh Lord!
Look, I would be an idiot if I didn't let this woman in here.
Okay, first of all, any guy who puts his screen name and Coulter is right. Why would he be stupid enough to put who let the woman in here? If I was Ann Coulter, would you be saying that? Or do you think she's really just a man? Because she kind of, looks like one.
I guess I got to ask, who the hell is Ann Coulter?
She's a right
That's what I was
wing.
about to say.
I wondered if it was some kind of politician or something.
No, she's a pundit, but she's an obnoxious, manly woman.
Oh, okay.
Okay, she's very
An
very,
Alabama resident, in other words.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's not. No, I mean, she can be funny, but she's very, very politically incorrect, and she says some pretty, I don't know,
Shitty
Bama
things.
athletic and physical. Well, we're gonna do the same thing, Adam. We're gonna do the same thing. We are gonna go to play. We are gonna impose our grit and culture's hot.
Oh God.
How about this one?
Oh my god.
Wow.
I'm afraid. Well, I haven't seen it yet. Where?
This is what happens when Alabama fans look outside of their family reunion for women.
Ann Boulder is hot. Okay, I don't think there's an Ann Boulder, but I guess that's supposed to be a joke.
Maybe they meant Ann's boulders.
Oh. Okay. I don't think she has I don't think they're very big. I mean, not that I pay that close attention, but I think she's pretty flat chested.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'd have to go look. I don't follow the woman that much, but I know who she is. I've seen her in interviews and stuff. She speaks her mind. She does not hold back, but she says a lot of offensive things. I mean, a lot. And you don't have to be, like, I'm sure a lot of your people in here would say, a snowflake. Or
Look at these
like
next
that.
two comments, Kat.
You know what? Okay, let me tell you something.
Now
about
that's followed up with this one.
Somebody put. Okay.
Actually, hang on before you rip Adam. Actually, Adam's no way comment was before Tiger Cat is hot for an LSU fan. I just thought it would look cool to put him up in that order.
Good thing. I don't want to get in a fight with Adam if Adam's cool.
Yeah, Adam's cool.
No, but you know what? I meant to tell you, though, that Dwayne RTR, I think he's the one who's probably one of my favorite Bama fans on here because he's so nice to everybody. I see him on all his shows. And
here we
go.
There you go. From one female to another.
As a female from Alabama, bite me. Okay.
Cat fight.
No, thank you.
Literally.
No, thank you. No, thank you. I'll pass.
Well, damn. I'll bite both of you. How about that?
You see, why do Alabama fans have to be like that? You see, I'm sitting here saying I hope for a good game. I'm not saying Alabama fans go kiss my ass.
Hey, let's be honest, Kat. You're not hoping for a good game. You're hoping LSU curb stomps Alabama.
Well, it's about time.
Yeah.
It's about time. But the thing is, they just talk shit and talk shit and talk shit and talk shit, and that's all they do. Okay, yeah, they beat us for the last 8 years, but now this is a new year, and so far we have proven to be the better team. I'm sorry, they don't like it. You can bite me too, Megan. No thanks, Megan. Oh, maybe she was talking to Captain Trips and not me.
I have no idea. I'm having fun triggering people.
Megan, if you were talking to Captain Trips, I'm really
sorry. She that's what she just said. She was responding to BBD, not you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
How come I got to bite me from Megan? I thought we were buds, Megan.
Giggity.
But you did say you would want to bite her.
Yeah, I did.
I don't want to see any more comments. I'm going to make enemies of people that I don't even know. Because I'm just way too...
Uh-oh.
On the top. Now the real LSU fan comes out. Only if I'm provoked, okay? If you provoke me, I will bite. But if you're nice to me, I'll be nice to you.
Well, I don't know which one I want.
Ah!
If you're not nice, she will bite. If you are nice, she will nibble.
Oh, God.
Is that better?
Oh, I'm sorry, Megan. I don't know. If she was talking to me, then okay. I mean, but I don't think she was because that didn't make any sense.
I could put these comments up in an
Hey.
order that would. I mean,
Hey, I'm gonna jump out of here, BB.
all right,
BBD, I'm
Corporal,
gonna
have a
jump out
good
of here.
one.
Call me when you're done.
All right,
Call me when you're done. Talk to you later, Gate City. Talk to
what
you
do you
later.
mean to call you? Oh, here you go. Here's one for you, Kat. Where'd it go? There you go.
Really triggered by Bama. Well, thank you, DJ Doom Ray. I mean, I'm realistic. Alabama is a damn good team. I mean, they are. Nick Saban is the best coach college. Now he tried the NFL, that didn't work, but he's the best college football coach ever. Okay,
Yeah, they're
but
definitely better than the Bear.
yeah, I mean, he is unreal, and this is why we have to just like, well, y'all have to face him every year too, but it's for y'all, for the Vols, it's an out of conference game, so it doesn't hurt y'all as much as it does us. This is why we can't get. They're always our biggest hurdle, but this year now for sure. Coach O. I'm sorry, Megan. I'm so I hate yelling at people when they didn't even do anything. I'm not a mean person.
Can't prove that by tonight.
Well, no, but I just wish they wouldn't have put us number one, because now, if
Wait a minute. Did you really just say putting us number one?
I really wish they wouldn't have. Well, he already did that to us many years ago by leaving. Okay, so you're not gonna bother me with that comment either. The thing is that I think Coach O's done a great job for this being his like third year or second and a half. I don't even remember when he came. He came halfway through, I think, 2016. So
Here we go.
And look at where we are now.
Proven losers: Muschamp, Mullen, and Oregon.
I think he meant to put Orgeron.
I know he did. I just,
Orgeron.
He is Oregon. If it's supposed to be Orgeron, he misspelled
yes,
it.
he meant Orgeron.
Okay, yeah, you misspelled it, dude. Go Google it.
Go Tigers.
I don't know if you...
Do the whole thing.
I have a hard time doing that on command.
Yeah, we'll see. A lot of people didn't believe in Coach O. This is Shoot 'em 556 comment here. I think a lot of people are surprised by what he's done. So I'm more than happy to have him. And no matter what, I will always love my Tigers. No matter if we're crappy, middle of the road, or top of the polls, So
Kat, recruiting's all about relationships. I was driving through Mississippi one time and stopped at this gas station, had the best chicken on sticks ever. Go Tigers.
And he says go Tigers up to everything.
I know, I love it. I love it. I love
Yeah, I'd
it.
like to have
Come on.
a double cheeseburger, a large fry, and a Diet Coke. Go Tigers.
He sounds so much like him, dude. That's crazy.
Well, guys, I think I'm going to call it a night.
All right. Well, I'm sorry I babbled, and I'm sorry I fought with innocent people on here.
No, it was fun. It was
I'm
fun.
sorry, Megan, if you're still here.
I think Megan's good with it.
All right. I don't know why. You know what? Don't do that, VVD, because you messed me up. I don't know who's talking to me.
I wasn't sure myself either because she said, what did she say?
As a female. Well, she said as a female. So that's why I was thinking too that maybe, but then it makes sense because then I went back in my head in the conversation and when I said that Ann Coulter, I mean, she's an attractive woman, but she kind of is masculine-ish. I mean, she looks kind of like she has, she has masculine features, right? And you said, oh, so she must be like from Alabama or an Alabama fan or something like that. That might have been what she was saying. You know
Hey,
what I mean?
I personally like the fiery stuff.
For me?
Yeah.
Because thank you. But I think that's probably what she was saying that to, because she said she's a female. That's what I didn't get it either until I had to, once I realized that she probably, never mind. It's hard when you're not in the chat room and he puts up these random quotes from people.
She said she said it's all good.
Okay, good. And this guy, Chris Witt, says, no, man, she's rough, cool, but rough. I don't know if that he means Megan or me, but
where I want to discuss the masculine features thing real quick.
Oh, now I can't hear BVD.
Really? You can't hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear.
Okay, I can hear.
We can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you, D4. I can't hear BVD. BVD, your beautiful orange wig.
I'm trying to figure out how she got.
What did he say?
Can you hear me, D4?
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how she gets masculine features out of Megan.
So I will say goodnight.
Here, let's do this. Now can you hear me? Now can you hear me?
Good night, BVD.
I guess not.
And good night, everybody. Mwah!
Well, damn.
Right, we'll see you next time.
Do what?
We'll see you next time.
Yeah, now you're all breaking up. Hell, everybody's breaking up on me. Everybody's breaking up on me. I guess that's better than breaking up with me. You guys have a good one. Good long 2 hour and 15-minute stream tonight. Good stuff as always. Wait a minute. Got a private chat here from somebody. What's going on there? Oh. Yeah. So we'll talk to you guys later. I'll be doing a live stream again sometime through the week. So just keep an eye out. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell button for the notifications. So when I do a random live stream, you'll know what's going on. Y'all have a good one.